Good afternoon and welcome back to The Longing. Today we're going to be making our way back out of the Halls of Eternity because at the end of the last episode we found our 40th piece of paper, which means that the next 10 has been fulfilled. So that's what we're going to do today. And I once again have not prepared anything for discussion. I am, however, slightly experiencing the effects of a mild headache, so my head is a little bit sore, but nothing I can't handle. So if I'm a little bit quieter than usual, which is not hard to do, which I'm not particularly conversational anyway in the Halls of Eternity, I do apologise, but it's partly because my head is mildly hurting. It's possibly got something to do with my posture because I do slouch far too much, which is not good. That or not enough to drink, not enough eaten. A whole host of potential reasons that would probably solve it. That, or I may just be getting a headache because rather than anything specific. But that is something we are just going to have to deal with for now and not get too worried about it. Even now, while I'm recording, I seem to slouch into a very curved position with the back, so I need to very much fight that urge, but fighting that urge is quite difficult because I'm finding it hard to keep my eyes open, not because of being tired, but because the Halls of Eternity are quite bright, and that's not helping with the headache at all. So maybe since we are walking back and we've picked up the paper on the way, I may just do the rest of this episode with my eyes predominantly closed in an attempt to minimise the pain. The discomfort, I will say. Not so much pain, but discomfort. I cannot quite remember which book was next, but I think it might have been the Iliad. Oh, that's right, the Iliad had weird numbering. In terms of the books, because it was Iliad 1 to 13 and then 9 to 17 or something. Something really unusual like that doesn't really quite make sense as to why it's so different. Not so different, why it's overlapping. So we'll just have to read it and see what happens. If it turns out that we end up having already read some of the chapters that are in the later one, we'll just skip over them until we get to fresh ones. So it could also just be that it's incorrectly numbered on the book itself, which is entirely possible. Oh, my head is in quite a state. Quite uncomfortable. So I think we're just going to sit and mostly breathe. Hopefully it's not like this tomorrow. Hopefully it just needs some sleep to get rid of it. You definitely need to start looking at doing more exercise in general and eating more food in general as well. Ow. Just elbowed my desk. I think we only had 2 days in here collecting paper in the end. It was a fairly quick turnaround, to be honest. It's amazing. Oh. Excuse me. It's amazing just how quick that was, actually. I could be walking past all sorts of incredible stuff right now and I would have no idea until I was editing. Just because I've got my glasses off and my hands over my eyes to limit the light. And occasionally looking down at the timer that I've got below me, so that I can keep track of how long I've spent on each episode. Nearly there. And there's the 10-minute mark. So I'm going to stop here and say thank you very much for joining me today. I'm sorry it was a bit more me complaining than normal, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. I'm only human after all. So I will say thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon or night, no matter what time of day it is. I hope you all have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.